Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my Lucha Underground review, Season 1, Episode 20, and this episode is called The Art of War, and this episode was taped on January 25th, 2015, and it aired on March 25th, 2015. So it aired 2 months away from each other. So I'm just going to get right into the episode. We had the commentary team of Matt Striker and Vampiro, and we had the first match on the show. It was Son of Havoc with Evilise versus Angelico, however you say his name. Good match here. I thought this match got off to a really good start when Son of Havoc just immediately hits a drop kick and then hits a flip dive right outside the ring, right on Angelico. And Son of Havoc was doing everything he could to win this matchup, but then Son of Havoc cuts him off with a kick to the head. He had to flip dive right over the turnbuckle himself, and the match was really back and forth, and I really liked it. Son of Havoc even hit a wicked curb stomp on him, which looked really cool. Which he didn't get. He didn't get him after that pinfall. He ended up hitting a double stop into a stand-and shooting style press, but Angelico still kicked out of that. Angelico hit a super kick. Son of Havoc kicked out of that. And I liked the story where Son of Havoc was doing everything he could to try to get a victory. And eventually he gets distracted by Evilise. And he tries to Evilise is trying to hype him up, and he pushes Evilise out of the way to save her and hits an Enziguri right to Angelico, and then he hits a springboard senton, but Angelico still kicks out, and eventually Angelico tries to hit a superplex on the outside. Son of Havoc stops him. He crouches him on the top rope, and then he grabs a microphone and says that the reason that he hasn't been able to get any wins in Lucha Underground and why he hasn't been able to get ahead is because of Evilise. So he says that he's dumping Evilise, and then he hits the shooting star press and gets the win, and afterwards Evilise gives him that cold stare, and Son of Havoc leaves, and afterwards Evilise kicks Angelico in the face. I like this here. The match gets 3 stars, and I thought this was a good match, and I like the angle that came out of it, so I'm assuming now that the storyline is going to be is that Evilise is going to try to make Son of Havoc's life a living hell, so I like it. And Son of Havoc's actually a really good babyface, so I like him. And then it shows backstage, Dario Cueto's signing somebody to a new contract. We found out that Conan recommended this guy, and he's paid him a lot of money. And we find out that the guy that he signed was none other than Hernandez from TNA, which I think was huge, because it was a name that was coming from a well-known company. It wasn't as big of a name, though, as somebody like Alberto El Patron, but Hernandez was a name for Lucha Underground to have, so that was pretty cool. And Dario Cueto then says that he's going to give him a front-row seat in the main event between Prince Puma and Cage, and he welcomes him to Lucha Underground, and Hernandez shakes his hand and does like the fist, he gives him a fist bump, which I thought was funny. And then we had the next match. It was a bull rope match for the AAA Mega Championship. AAA Mega Champion Alberto El Patron versus Tiano Jr. This was a huge moment to have the AAA Championship in Lucha Underground because it made Lucha Underground look big league, and the fact that it already had a working relationship with AAA was pretty huge for Lucha Underground. So it was kind of cool to see another championship be defended there. And this was your typical bull rope match where you had to touch all the corners to win. You can only win by pinfall or submission. And Alberto El Patron annihilates Tiano throughout the beginning of the matchup. He hits a Hurricanrana from the outside, from the apron right on the outside, and he beats the crap out of Tiano. But then eventually Tiano gets the upper hand when he hits Alberto El Patron off the skull with a cowbell, and he whips him with the belt, with the bull rope. and he ends up choking him with it a bunch of times. He brings out his steel chair and hits Alberto El Patron right across the back with the steel chair, and he wedges it up against the corner. And Alberto El Patron makes his comeback. He hits his kick to the. He hits Tiano Jr. with the cowbell, and he hits a suicide dive on the outside, a kick from the apron. Tiano Jr. then hits Alberto El Patron, then hits Tiano Jr. a ton of times with the bull rope, with his own rope that he brought down to the rim, and Alberto El Patron hits a drop kick from the turnbuckle. Tiano Jr. throws Alberto El Patron right into the wedge steel chair, and he covers him, but Alberto El Patron just barely kicks out of it. He brings out a table, puts it in the ring. Alberto El Patron hits another kick to the head. Tiano kicks out of it. And Alberto El Patron hit a reverse superplex. Tiano kicked out of that. And then Tiano hits a power bomb from the top turnbuckle right through the table. Alberto El Patron kicks out of that. And then the finish comes when Alberto El Patron gets a cross arm breaker right over the ropes onto Tiano Jr. and Tiano Jr. taps out, and Alberto El Patron retains the AAA Mega Championship. This was a really good match here. I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. It was really good. I would recommend watching it. And then we had a backstage segment with Konnan and Prince Puma, and Konnan's telling Prince Puma to practice his strikes, and Hernandez comes up and shakes Konnan's hand, and Konnan tells Prince Puma that they used to have a history, and Prince Puma kind of gives Hernandez like an intense look, but he ends up giving him a knuckle touch, and this kind of I think this is going to be a future storyline. Maybe Konnan will turn on Prince Puma and join up with Hernandez, because I think that would make sense, but we have to wait and see. Then we had the main event. It was a Lucha Underground championship. Sorry, let me say this again. It was a Boyle Heights street fight for the Lucha Underground championship. Lucha Underground champion Prince Puma versus Cage. Really good main event here. Prince Puma starts off on fire, hitting a super kick on the Cage, and he ended up hitting a dive on the outside right on the Cage. I like the spot where and this was just a really good main event. Prince Puma out wrestled Cage throughout much of it. Cage bounced Prince Puma's head off the announcer's table, throws him into the steel steps, grabs a trash can, and he grabs a trash can lid and hits Puma with it a ton of times. Puma hits a super kick into a DDT. He hits a really cool moonsault on the outside onto Puma. He hits a standing shooting star press while the trash can lid's on Cage. He hits a drop kick, setting the trash can lid right into Cage, and Cage hits a wicked suplex, which looked really cool, and Prince Puma gets a chair and hits Cage with it a ton of times, and Prince Puma hits a springboard 450 onto Cage through the table. Cage wraps a chair right around Prince Puma's neck and sends him right into the steel post, which was really cool. And then he throws Konnan into the guardrail, and Cage and Prince Puma hits a super kick, and he tries to hit the 630. I don't know what they call it in Lucha Underground, but I'm just going to go by what they call it today until I find out what they called it in Lucha Underground. And Hernandez was watching the match ringside, but Cage moves out of the way, hits a discus lariat. Prince Puma still kicks out. There was a cool spot where Cage hit a torture rack into a backbreaker, which was really cool. And then he hits the I forget the name of his finisher, but the well-worked machine or something like that. And Prince Puma, he hits this twice, and Cage could easily go for the win, but he chooses to decimate Prince Puma. And then he challenges Hernandez to come in the win, and Hernandez comes in the win. And Konnan hits Cage off the skull with his new cane, and then Prince Puma. And I forgot to mention too, Dario Cueto comes out and announces that and reveals the brand new Lucha Underground Championship. It looks like a really cool championship. I'm happy with this one. But then eventually the finish is Prince Puma hits the 630 on the cage for the win, and Prince Puma retains his Lucha Underground Championship. This was a really good Boyle Heights street fight here. We're going to give it also 3.5 stars. And afterwards, he celebrates with Conan and holds up his championship. I thought they were going to shoot the angle here where Conan was going to turn on Prince Puma, but it didn't happen. But overall, I really enjoyed this episode of Lucha Underground. I would say it was a great show. I'll give it a B. 8 out of 10. It was great. It had some great matches on it and had some nice storyline development. So I liked it. So that's pretty much my video. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video for more content. Click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notification for it. But before you do that, you have to hit subscribe so you can click on the bell. So make sure you guys do all that. Do the same thing for CM Brothers. For the CM Brothers and Owen the Talkinator YouTube channels. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.